What is up, you guys, and welcome back to the channel. They said it couldn't be done, but we're gonna build a 1000 horsepower KA to prove them wrong and have some fun. First up, we gotta gap these piston rings for high boost. I'm gonna be using this nice little old school traditional piston ring grinder, and we'll be using filler gauges to get our gap just right. Per Wiseco, they have a clearance specification sheet that you can use to get the right gap for your application. So if you have nitrous, boost, aluminum block, iron filled block, it gives you an entire list of every style engine and what kind of power application you're going to be using. So this right here was the numbers that I was using when I built the motor the first time. So the top ring was 6.5 thou, second ring was 7 thou. Now that's just your base number. Whenever you're doing your gap, you have to multiply per inch of bore. So in my case, it's a 3.5 inch bore. So 3.5 times 8 thou. So we'll do it like this. 3.5 times 0.008. So that means the gap needs to be at 28 thou for your end result. Alright, top ring's good to go. We'll go ahead and pull it out. We'll get the second ring in there. Use this little trick. You take your piston, push it down so you can get it all even. Take your filler gauge, which I have mine. It's kind of hard to see it, but 28 thou. It's right there. So that one's good as well. All right, we got the pistons in, we got the motor turned over. We're gonna go ahead, put main studs, main bearings, and rod bearings in. We're gonna go through the process of checking clearance on the main bearings and also on the rod bearings. We wanna make sure that everything is to spec, to the clearance that we need it at. So whenever you get your crank cradle back on, you want to torque in sequence up to 60 foot-pounds. Your sequence, I'll put it up on the screen, but you want to do 20 pounds, 40 pounds, and then 60 foot-pounds. Once you get to the 60 foot-pounds, go back over, double check in the sequence that you're supposed to. We've already done 20 and 40, so now we're going up to the final torque spec, and this is by APR's standards, and it's the OEM. Depending on what you have, when you go to the studs, it's recommended to check your line bore. Now that we've gotten the main cradle completely torqued and everything situated on that end, we're going to go ahead and do the rod caps and rod bearings. Now here's where I'm going to be using the filler gauge to double check and make sure our clearance and tolerance is where it's supposed to be. We need that gap. So as long as that gap is, I think it was 1.5 thou to 2 thou. I'll have to double check, but as long as we're within the range of where we need to be, sending it. Literally sending it. Now it's time to start getting everything ready. So head gasket's gonna go on. We're going to install the cylinder head, get the studs, all that stuff in. And then we're gonna start working on getting the timing set. These engines are by far the worst to time. I am not joking. These are 5 different timing marks that you have to line up. It's a freaking mess. So we'll be getting to that soon, but right now let's go ahead and get the head and everything installed, get the cams installed, and then we can worry about timing. Now when you run Cometic, I'm not sponsored by them by the way, but whenever you run Cometic, the only time I will ever use one of these is if I get the motor sent to a machine shop. If the motor wasn't sent to a machine shop, then I'm not, no thank you. Because you have to have the cleanest surface possible. I'm looking at the motor right now, and I always thought the mid-build motivation was a joke, but man, am I glad to see it in this state. Still got to get freeze plugs, RTV, and a couple other things to get this completely done, but damn. Now, obviously, this is just sitting on here, but just to see turbo, KA, oh man. We are there, boys. Yes, 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 yes. We are there. Oh, man, this is the motivation I needed. This is the motivation I needed. Look at this. Bro. Hell yeah. Oh, man, that makes me feel so much better. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I was getting really frustrated and kind of annoyed at the fact that I wasn't able to push videos out for you guys and get this motor done. We're in May. Like, this is the month that I need to have this thing out, running. I wanna get it to the dyno. I wanna do all kinds of stuff. The season's already started and I'm just sitting here waiting for what? I finally got it to this point. This is what I needed right here. Now we can just bust out the last little bit of this thing, get it back into the engine bay, and get this thing ready to run. Let's go, you guys. This is a big win. And you guys already know the deal. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more content, and have a good day.